This has been a Penguin audio production of Fenny by Lettice Cooper, with a foreword written by Jennie Godfrey, read by Natalie Simpson and Charlotte Davey. It was produced by Chris Thompson, Alfie Thompson, and Rosie O'Dowd, and the post-production was by Sonatune. For more Penguin audio productions, visit us at penguin.co.uk/audio. Text copyright Lettice Cooper, 1953. Forward copyright Jennie Godfrey, 2025. Copyright in recording Penguin Audio, 2025. All rights reserved. The moral rights of the author have been asserted. Thanks for listening.
No part of this book may be used or reproduced in any manner for the purpose of training artificial intelligence technologies or systems. In accordance with the DSM Directive, Penguin Random House expressly reserves this work from the text and data mining exception.
Disclaimer. This book is a child of 1953 and may contain language or depictions that some listeners might find outdated today. Our general approach is to leave the book as the author wrote it. We encourage listeners to consider the work critically and in its historical and social context.
Dedicated to Mary Christine Bratell, Telly. Foreword. There are so many things to love about Lettice Cooper's Fenny, I almost don't know where to start. Not least because reading this wonderful novel sent me down the rabbit hole of discovering everything I could about the author, Lettice Cooper. This now means I have discovered a novelist who, though less well known than some of her contemporaries, played a significant role in the literary world of the time. Like me, Lettice, who lived from 1897 to 1994, was Yorkshire born and raised, and the influence of the county seeps into her writing both implicitly and explicitly, more on which to come. She was prolific, and her 20 novels capture the lives of ordinary people in ways that make them and their stories come alive. This is something I aspire to do in my own work, and something which is particularly finely done in Fenny. As well as writing novels, both for adults and children, she also wrote for the Yorkshire Post and was a vital participant in the writing and artistic communities. She was a founding member of the Writers' Action Group and was a vocal campaigner for public lending right, a legal right that means authors get paid when their books are borrowed from the library, which remains an important part of author income today. She was described in her obituary by friends as having radical opinions as well as optimism and a zest for life. I like to imagine that we would have been friends had I been lucky enough to meet her. Fenny was first published in 1953 and was hailed as one of Cooper's best novels. I can see why. It is the story of Ellen Fenwick, nicknamed Fenny, a Yorkshire schoolteacher who we meet on her way to Italy, where she is about to start work as a governess to a young girl, Juliet, for the summer. We then dip in and out of episodes of Ellen's life from 1933 to 1949 as she navigates life in Italy, romantic potential, and making a living for herself, all against the backdrop of the threat, then aftermath, of World War II. Cooper makes the choice to leave the war years themselves out of sight of the reader. Going into Fenny, I was prepared to make allowances for the time in style and content, but was surprised by its contemporary tone and subject matter. I found myself feeling a deep empathy for Ellen, despite almost a century's difference in age and experience. From the woman herself to the challenges she faces in romantic, platonic, and familial relationships, the novel has an unexpected freshness and relevance. It is set almost entirely in Italy, but we see and feel the influence of Yorkshire on Ellen's life and personality, from her memories of her past as a schoolteacher, which belonged to life in the northern industrial town where beauty was incidental and happiness a byproduct, to, perhaps more interestingly, her reflections on the tension between her own rather practical temperament versus that of the often more overtly passionate people she meets. These include Madeline, Juliet's highly strung mother. Following a particularly dramatic episode of Madeline's, Ellen remarks, "It had been implicit in her upbringing that action was safe, but feeling was dangerous. And she looked at Madeline as someone who, in the night, had nearly fallen off a tightrope, but had managed to scramble back." Another thing I love about the book is that we don't only see Fenny in the first flush of youth.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?